medicine books, API textbook of medicine and Davidson medicine. Your teachers may ask you, but just don't lose your confidence. Whatever I am telling you is must to know type of information. So that information will definitely help in your MUHS or any university examination to answer your Viva OC, to answer your practical questions, as well as when you start your practice, that will be very useful. So it may not have the pattern that given in the book. For example, if you open the medicine, Davidson medicine, API textbook of medicine, you will get 30, 40, 50 pages on hypertension. Definition, pathophysiology, etiology, epidemiology, signs, symptoms, investigations, complications, this and that, too many information. But that sometimes confused our mind, what to remember exactly in our practice. If you remember Dr. Deshpande, everything will be all right. About hypertension, as I have told you, many people uses the word very confusing. मराठी मध्ये डॉक्टर मला बीपीचा त्रास बीपी होत आहे मला बीपी आहे डॉक्टर I have the BP. So is it a correct word? No, it is not correct word, because blood pressure is there. Dr. Deshpande has blood pressure, Deepali has blood pressure, Shivani has blood, everybody has a blood pressure. What is the problem? Is blood pressure is not a problem. Blood pressure is necessary. When ventricles pump, aorta pumps the blood and it should reach to your head and also to your feet, and capillary perfusion should be maintained. Capillary perfusion. So BP is necessary for the human body, for everybody. Problem is Vruddhi and Kshaya, Ayurvedic terms. Vruddhi and Kshaya, hypertension and hypotension. Everything I have started to discuss. Only I have mentioned that hypertension is a silent killer. What is the problem of silent killer? Patient may not have any symptoms, may not have not a single symptoms. Then how will say that how I can do the diagnosis? Only simple 2, 4, 5 things you must remember. Write down those things. Every person more than 40 years of age. Every person more than 50 years of age come to your clinic for cold, cough, diarrhea, descent, whatsoever, any problem, arthritis, prostate, backache. Every patient after 40, you must check his blood pressure. Number two, any obese person, he may be 15-year-old school-going boy, overweight, IT sector, pendulum abdomen, baldness. Now IT people are looking like that. 30 years old young chap, but obese, overweight, check the blood pressure. Don't forget it. Never forget it. Number 3, always make a habit to take personal history. Very important for every disease. Personal history must. Daily routine, seasonal routine, eating time, sleeping time, occupation, this and that, food, personal habit. Ask about whether he has any previous illness, past history of any illness, past history. Actually, patient is coming to you. He said, doctor, I have cough, bronchitis. Why you are asking me this? No. First time, your case paper should all mention all these things. Known case of diabetes mellitus, known case of bronchial asthma, known case of IHD. If there is any history of past illness, check the blood pressure. Check the blood pressure. Must, it is mandatory. Whether it is diabetes, whether it is asthma, don't check it. Heart disease. Ask about drug history, medicine history. Are you taking any medicines? काहीतरी आहे माझ्या घरी आहे सगळे ते औषधं पडली आहेत चिठ्ठी आहे माझ्याकडे Please bring those all medicines and prescriptions next time. Patient may not be knowing that he has already hyperlipidemia, dyslipidemia, cholesterol. We may not be knowing. काहीतरी घेतो डॉक्टर मी, ते डॉक्टर म्हणाले हे घेत जा दररोज, तुम्हाला काय प्रॉब्लेम येणार नाही. मराठीमध्ये, इन मराठी. He may be taking statin, statin. Statins are the drugs, statin, statin group of pharmacological drugs for dyslipidemia. If the patient is known case of hypercholesterol, check the blood pressure. Remember all these words. This is very important because hypertension is silent killer. Patient will not have, again, next point, indication of whom you will check the blood pressure. The person having repeated headache, continuous headache, intermittent headache, all the patients of headache, check the blood pressure. Don't forget, check the blood pressure. Headache, blood pressure. नाही पण सर ते फार त्याचं सर्दीमुळे डोकं दुखतं. Check the blood pressure. Headache, check the blood pressure. Next, edema. Whatsoever. Here, periorbital swelling. Here, swelling. Hand swelling. Leg swelling. Pedal edema. Any edema patient, check the blood pressure. Any patient tells you, ते काय नाही डॉक्टर, मला ते 10 वर्षापूर्वी होतं, बीपी गेलं, ते गेलं. 10 वर्षापूर्वी डॉक्टर म्हणाले ते 2 महिने घेतले डॉक्टर गोळ्या, काय नाही आपल्याला बघा, आता फिट एकदम. This is the language of a layman, illiterate person. Whenever the person slightest indication that I had BP, but now I don't have, don't believe on him. Check the blood pressure. If the person is known case of blood pressure, there are only 2 diseases in practice where periodical checking is must. Periodical checking is must. PERIO, periodical checking is must. Only 2 diseases. One, diabetes mellitus. Every 15 days, patient must check the blood sugar. Periodical. And second, hypertension patient. He must check the blood pressure every 15 days. He may go to the doctor or he need not to go to doctor. At home, he can buy that digital BP, check the blood pressure. So because both the diseases, diabetes mellitus and hypertension, are silent killer. They will not show you any symptom till it reaches havoc. And then irreversible changes. Patient can die, patient can lose the eyesight, patient can be hemiplegia, all of a sudden. So my dear friends, whichever the relatives that you have, friends you have, you convey my message. Periodical checking is must for diabetes mellitus and hypertension. Slide number 57 today. We will talk about moderate hypertension. Hypertension, diastolic BP. Hypertension, diastolic BP. From 110 to 130. 110 mm of Hg, of course. Unit, you should not forget. Students should not forget unit. It is always asked in the examination. There are mainly 3 types of the drugs. First, you remember the pharmacological group. I will mark it. Beta blocker. Beta blocker. Second, calcium channel blocker. I know that in the second year in pharmacology subject, something you have heard. But again, repeat it, revision. 3 group of drugs. Beta blocker, calcium channel blocker, and ACE inhibitor. Angiotensin. Write down the full name. You might have been forgot. Angiotensin converting enzyme. angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitor. Inhibitor means stop. Angiotensin, it should not be converted renin angiotensin mechanism, angiotensin 1 and angiotensin 2. That whole pathophysiology is something different. At some another time I will tell you. But at the moment I'm just concentrating on the group of the pharmacological drugs, and then you remember the tablets. Okay. So of course you have to use either of. Remember my words. Not all the drugs at a time. Not all the drugs at a time. Either you can select beta blocker or calcium channel blocker or even the AC inhibitors. Of course, there are different indications and contraindications. That is a part of, I can say, pharmacology. So I may take some pharmacological lectures where I will say specifically what are the side effects of beta blocker, what are the side effects of calcium channel blocker. That we must remember. But at the moment, I am not going into the detailed pharmacology. So tablet attain, it is from 25 to 50 milligram tablets are available, and you will start lowest possible dose. Always start with the lowest possible dose. Again, after 15 days, check the blood pressure. Again, after 15 days, check the blood pressure. And this is absolutely, remember my words, adjusting the dose of modern medicine. Adjusting the dose of modern medicine, and even I will say adjusting the dose of Ayurvedic medicines. Although you have mug it up all this milligram per kg per body weight, no, actually it has to be done on the basis of trial and error basis. Trial and error. Another word, Ayurvedic parallel word, upashaya anupashayabhyam pariksha. Upashaya anupashayabhyam pariksha. Then you can start the tablet with tablet Stamlo, but you must remember the doses. 2.5 to 5 milligram tablets are available. These are 25 and 50 milligram. And again you start with the one tablet. Or you can select the AC inhibitor, that is tablet Enam. The name of the trade name, brand name is Enam, and they are available either 5 milligram or 10 milligram. Again start one tablet OD. Now, moderate hypertension, how you manage? Mono drug. Mono drug. That means single drug. Mono means single drug. Then you have to reach to the maximum doses. And when you reach the maximum dose, naturally, what is the next step? You cannot add more because it will be toxic drug. Then you have to combine two drugs. So when you can combine the two drugs? Only after you reach the maximum level of one drug. This is called the principle of management. If you reach at the highest, for example, I will go back here. You are trying this 100 milligram. So above 100 you cannot do. That can cause the danger, what is the toxic effect of this beta blocker. So what you have to do? Then you have to start with 25 milligram this one and 2.5 milligram this one. So that is called as a double treatment. Two drugs at a time. But when you do reach the mono drug maximum dose. For example, here combinations I have given beta blockers plus calcium channel blocker. This is one combination. Or beta blockers and AC inhibitors. This combination you can suggest to your patient. What is the word over here? Compliance. Compliance means write down response of the patient. Some patient will get dry cough problem or palpitation problem with beta blockers. Basically, it is very common. Dry cough is always there. So then you have to change. You have to use the calcium channel blockers. So in this way, depends on the patient's response. Some people, for some drugs, get the gastritis. Some people get the edema. All these are side effects I have mentioned clear cut. When you read the AIMS or the MIMS, the particular books which explain all these drug side effects. You must refer, you must write down. This is the homework for you. Write down the side effects of each drug. And if you find any side effect, that is called as the non-compliance of the patient. Then change the drug, always. This is also equal to the Ayurvedic management. Then, many times diuretics is added, which will increase the urine output. Which will increase the urine output. In Ayurveda, it is called as the mutral. Mutral. The best Mutrala diuretic in Ayurveda, remember this word, Punarnava. Punarnava is the name of the herb. It is available as single herbal tablet. Single herbal tablet. Okay. So that, but here I have written tablet Lasix, 40 milligram tablet. You can add with this beta blocker or calcium channel blocker. Okay. Next. But whenever you give any diuretic, there is a problem. This is I have written over here. Side effect of the Lasix. Side effect of the Lasix. What does it do? It removes the most potassium, essential potassium, excessive potassium through the urine. It increases the urine output, but simultaneously the patient will suffer potassium deficiency. And potassium is essential for rhythmic contraction of the heart. Rhythmic contraction of the heart. If the potassium loss is more, there may be chances of cardiac arrest. That's why whenever you prescribe Lasix, add this medicine Kesol. This is the name of the liquid bottle, Kesol, Kesol. Add 1 spoon in a glass of water, and after taking the tablet Lasix, the patient is asked to drink the Kesol liquid or Kesol water. Okay? Then, as there is always a research going on, there is a development. Can you see over here? New market formulations are coming. That is called as a potassium sparing diuretics. Potassium sparing diuretics. That means they are diuretics, but they will not lose too much potassium. They will not lose too much potassium. They are called as a potassium sparing diuretics. And the famous drugs are tablet Bidurate, Bidurate, or tablet Lacilactone. Tablet Bidurate or tablet Lacilactone in spite of tablet Lasix. In spite of, this is again either or, is not all the drugs you have to prescribe. This is the general guidelines for your practice. Okay, we will go further. That is severe hypertension. We had seen mild hypertension. We have seen the moderate hypertension. If the blood pressure is more than 130 milligram mm of Hg, I'm sorry, mm of Hg, millimeter of Hg, mercury. This hypertension is called as malignant hypertension. When the BP is more than diastolic BP, I'm talking about diastolic BP, is more than 130 mm of Hg, that is called as a malignant hypertension. This is called as an emergency. I think I have explained you the difference in between urgency and emergency. Urgency is a severe problem, severe pain, like different colics, renal colic. This is urgency. Patient is not going to die. So you can treat it if you are confident enough, even these severe symptoms. But these symptoms are not only severe, but they are fatal. They can be fatal if it is not managed properly. So that is called as a medical emergency. Ayurvedic word for both these things is Atyayika Chikitsa. In examination, you may get the question, write down the Atyayika Chikitsa of Raktadaba Buddhi. Write down the emergency management for hypertension. So first thing you must write that these patients should be admitted in the ICU or CCU, cardiac care unit or intensive care unit. Then this severe hypertension definitely can cause symptoms. These severe hypertension, BP 130 greater than 130, this is one part, that is called a sign. Now these are the symptoms. Patient may complain severe headache, unbearable headache, all of a sudden. Then there may be vomiting, which indicates that there is cerebral irritation is going on. Cerebral irritation is there. Then visual, as I'm sorry here, I have forgotten to write down that word, disturbances. visual disturbances. Patient may say, I am having the darkness, I cannot see, I have seen the blurred object. All these are the indications that their hypertension is very serious. Then convulsions, like epileptic fits. It's not epilepsy, but the person can fall down and he has a convulsions. All of a sudden, he may get loss of power of the hands or legs. Loss of power. The patient is dropped, hand, like the wrist drop or the foot drop. So neurological deficit will be there. Problem of neurology. And lastly, the patient may be all of a sudden unconscious. Coma is a deep unconsciousness. Coma is a deep unconsciousness. So less blood supply to the brain or no blood supply. Okay. Now there is another term that is called as accelerated hypertension. Accelerated hypertension. Two words you must remember: malignant hypertension and accelerated hypertension. These are not very clearly mentioned in Davidson or any other API textbook of medicine. So you must have practical knowledge about these two terms: malignant hypertension and accelerated hypertension. In accelerated hypertension, this is not emergency, this is medical urgency. You can manage the patient at a GP level because, can you see over here? These symptoms are not there. Why there is a difference? These symptoms are not there. Only accidentally you find that diastolic BP is above 130 and without symptoms. Symptoms were present, 130 more BP will be present in malignant hypertension. In accelerated, only you will get the BP is high but no symptoms. Then what immediately you can do? Give tablet dapine 5 milligram sublingual. 5 milligram tablet. Here you have to open the tablet, put the juice, that liquid will be here, and that is absorbed sublingually. Here, just for curiosity, you must remember Ayurveda has also mentioned some medicines which has to be rubbed on the tongue, like for a hemagarbha matra. Hemagarbha matra. Whenever there is a pathological hypotension, when the person becomes pulseless, Ayurveda advise to make the Satana licking of the hemagarbha matra. The pharmacological action, pharmacodynamics is a little bit similar. Very quick absorption with these capillaries or the blood over there. Okay. So this capsule can be repeated after 10 minutes. This can be repeated after 10 minutes till the BP is up to this 110. Don't try to make the BP too much low. For example, if diastolic BP is 140 and you are trying to reduce it to the 90 or 80, it's not correct. Just if it comes down up to the level of 100 to 110, okay, fine. Then relax and then start oral drugs step by step. So don't try to give any management which will drop down the BP all of a sudden. It's like also the shock to the brain. So that is not advisable. Okay. Now, another treatments for this accelerated hypertension when it is under control: capsule dapine 3 times in a day, 1 tablet morning, afternoon, and evening. As this is a more than 130, you can add in addition to this AC inhibitor, you can add tablet attain beta blocker, 50 milligram morning and evening, 2 times, 50 milligram. This is already we have started with the 2 drugs, remember, because it is more blood pressure, accelerated. Then also you add Lasix, tablet Lasix, you can add 40 milligram morning and evening, but don't forget to use the Kesol. I have already mentioned that thing. If the BP doesn't come down to 110 within 24 hours, admit immediately. Admit immediately. This is very, because it is not controlled by your routine management. Okay. So my dear friends, this is all about the drugs. I have already talked to you about how you can as the routine lifestyle that we have learned in the mild hypertension. So I will not repeat it, but most important things I will repeat. Ask the patient to avoid the salt because this is a hygroscopic. So the patient should take the bland diet without salt. Taste is not important for his life, remember, at least to control the BP. Then what next he can do? His timetable, daily routine should be fixed. This is second thing that he can follow. Try to avoid the deep fried foods. Deep fried foods. If he is overweight, he must reduce his weight. Okay. Then, if he has a cholesterol problem, also treat the cholesterol. If he has a lot of stress with the partner, life partner, stress with the family members, stress in the office, stress from the children. So stress management is very important in hypertension. Walking exercise is must because it develops the collaterals. So all these things you take into account and then treat the hypertension cases. Immediately we will go for the next part of cardiovascular problem, that is palpitation. In Ayurveda it is called as the Rudra Drava. Rudra Drava. What is exactly happening? What is the complaint of the patient? Usually any person cannot hear his own heart sounds, lup, dup, lup, dup. But these particular patients, they notice that there is heart beating. I can hear that heart sound, I can hear. So that is not physiological, that is pathological. And that condition is called as a palpitation. Mainly there are only three important causes in general practice: cardiac causes, non-cardiac causes, and functional or psychological causes. Only three variety in general medical practice. Cardiac, this is most essential to treat immediately or taken into account. Non-cardiac, you have to treat the root cause because root cause is outside the heart. Root cause is outside the heart. That is why it is called the non-cardiac. It is not related with any heart problem, angina, myocardial infarction, hypertension. No, CCF. It is outside the heart. That is non-cardiac. And of course, last is a manasik, psychological cause. So what are the cardiac causes? Paroxysmal, intermittent, paroxysmal, intermittent, ventricular tachycardia. I think there is also printing mistakes. I may correct it. C should be there. Tachycardia or extrasystole. Here the ECG is the best. You can immediately do the ECG and you will find out whether there is any extrasystole, arrhythmia is there. When excessive beats are there, it is called as a arrhythmia, irregularity in the heartbeats. There may be electrical problem. You know, there is SA node, AV node, bundle office, right bundle branch, left bundle branch, and Purkinje's fiber. So there may be some problem in this circuit, like blockages. Right bundle branch may be blocked, left bundle branch may be blocked. So there are a lot of terms that you can learn from my ECG. ECG video is already available on YouTube. So my kind request, please see my ECG interpretation video. There are nearly 3 or 4 parts, and then you will understand all these terms. What is hyperthyroidism? You must remember. Whenever you suspect the person is having hyperthyroidism, this is the commonest complaint. Then immediately ask the T3, T4 and TSH. T3, T4 and TSH blood investigations. T3, T4 will be high and TSH will be low. Simple to diagnose. Another important thing, the patient feels too hot because BMR is increased. Basal metabolic rate is increased, so too hot. Especially now it is summer, the person is feeling hot, it's normal. But even in the cold, even in the winter, even in the month of November, December, January, the person feels